Hi, this is Robert Estrin at livingpianos.com, your online piano store. The question today is silence music? At first you hear this question and think, of course not. How could silence be music? Well, I've got news for you. There is a pivotal piece of music written quite a number of decades ago by John Cage called 4 minutes and 33 seconds. You may have heard of it. 4 minutes and 33 seconds is a piano piece in 3 movements, and the 3 movements are all nothing but rests. That's right. The artist comes out, opens the fallboard of the piano, looks at his or her watch, and waits the appropriate time for each of the 3 movements, and that's the whole piece. Now, what was he trying to prove here? Well, it's actually a very interesting point that is made. And I'm going to digress for just a moment, because when you think about the whole universe, you can't have matter without having space. And indeed, the space between things is as much of a reality as the objects in it, because one can't exist without the other. I know I'm getting rather philosophical. It reminds me back when I was at the Manhattan School of Music, in one of my classes, we studied the works of Carlos Castaneda, Journey to Ixtlan, and interestingly, he did many experiments trying to come to self-realizations of the meaning of life. And one of the teachings of Don Juan was, when you look at a tree, most people are just going to look at the leaves of the tree, identify it, and stop thinking about it, because that's what we're kind of trained to do as human beings, is to put a label on something and stop thinking about it. And he was trying to get the young man to understand that you can look at it and not try to classify it, and indeed you could look at it as a space between the leaves is no less real than the leaves of the tree, and there's great beauty in that. So how does this all relate to music? Well, music is all about timing, and the rests in music are just as important as the notes, sometimes even more important. The time you take between notes is what sets the notes apart from one another. So yes, silence is music, and almost all great pieces of music have silence in them. Maybe not to the extreme extent of John Cage's 4 minutes and 33 seconds, which really was just a statement and really a philosophical treatise on what music is. But silence must be taken very seriously as pivotal part of music. Thanks so much for joining me, Robert Estrin at livingpianos.com.